A small area on the third floor of a department store in Nihonbashi, Japan, is where the now multinational conglomerate corporation, Sony, first began its tumultuous journey. Following the end of World War II in 1945, Masaru Ibuka, founder of the company, established the Telecommunications Research Institute and later developed that into what we know as Sony. Sony today is well known for inaugurating multiple firsts in the advancement of communication products, while also expanding into areas such as gaming, music, and other sorts of entertainment productions. Tracking back to 2016, Sony Computer Entertainment and Sony Network Entertainment integrated into Sony Interactive Entertainment, or SIE, and moved the headquarters from Tokyo to California. SIE then became the most profitable subsidiary of Sony, which contributed 311.1 billion yen in the financial year 2018 and sustained dominance in video game development and production. SIE has a self-sustained supply chain, including their original console in the series PlayStation, first-party studios, and the network service PlayStation Network. PlayStation console is one of the influential video game hardware infrastructures and rivals with Nintendo and Microsoft. The latest version of the console, PlayStation 4, was released in 2013 and has sold 91.6 million units as of December 31, 2018. First-party titles influence the customer for choosing a console. Most of the first-party titles are the superior, big-budget, and exclusive on their consoles, such as Mario series on Nintendo consoles and Halo series on Xbox. SIE acquired and merged several studios for their first-party game development with capital accumulation since the 90s. Among those studios, Naughty Dog and Santa Monica Studio contributed to most of the AAA games on PlayStations, such as God of War, The Last of Us, and Uncharted. Exclusive games spiral up the PlayStation's unit sales. As a result, more high-budget games will be made and also help SIE to develop the upcoming generation of console. SIE also provides an internet service which is called PlayStation Network. It contains a digital market, a premium subscription service for enhanced gaming and social features, and also other movie, music, TV rental, and streaming services. As of April 2016, over 110 million users have been documented, with 90 million of them active monthly as of November 2018. According to Sony earnings announcement in the financial year 2018, the increase in the number of subscribers for PlayStation Plus is the primary source of income for SIE. The console owner fee is also one of the reasons why SIE labors so mightily to make their machines successful. Each game maker that wants to release a new title has to pay a fee, at a rate of about 11.5% for each unit sold on PSN. As a return, PSN has the most significant video publishing platforms that could profoundly boost the sales. For example, the best-selling video game in history, GTA 5, sold more than 100 million copies. 60.2% of those were sold on PlayStation platform, comparing to 37.7% of Xbox and 2.1% of PC. The music business of Sony is operated by two principal subsidiaries, Sony Music Entertainment and Sony or ATV Music Publishing. Sony Music Entertainment is one of the big three record companies and competes with the Universal Music Group and the Warner Music Group. SME provides services to assist artists in recording, promoting, distributing their music, and is in charge of the copyrights for the sound recordings and music videos. Under SME, there are many famous record labels such as RCA Records, which signed Britney Spears, David Bowie, Pink, Sia, etc., Columbia Records, which owns Beyoncé, Mariah Carey, Adele, AC/DC, etc., and Epic Records, signed most trending hip-hop artists like Drake, Travis Scott, Khalid, 21 Savage, and Lil Wayne. Sony or ATV Music Publishing is the other American subsidiary company owned by Sony Entertainment. Sony or ATV is in both service and content market segments, for example, collecting royalties from songs produced. Whenever they are performed, sold, downloaded, or streamed on sites like Spotify or Apple Music, money is given to songwriters. In 2018, Sony or ATV completed a horizontal integration of EMI Music Publishing for $2.3 billion, which makes Sony or ATV the owner of the largest music publishing catalog in the world, with 4.53 million songs owned and administered as of March 31, 2019. Thanks to the rapid growth of streaming services, this consolidation of EMI made significant growth in Sony Music Entertainment's streaming revenues. According to industry news outlet Music Business Worldwide, the three major music labels made $6.93 billion combined from streaming in 2018. Sony became one of the biggest media conglomerates through vertical integrations. In 1989, Sony Company had obtained Columbia Picture Entertainment and could now produce a film that could be played by Sony hardware, since the company was able to create a significant number of movies and distribution units, such as Sony Pictures Classics, by forming Columbia TriStar Picture after combining both Columbia Pictures and TriStar Pictures in 1998. The Columbia TriStar Motion Picture members have created more than 4,000 film productions, and by the year 2004, the company distributed approximately 22 movies a year under its brands in 67 countries. The group owns studio facilities in the United States, Hong Kong, Madrid, Mexico, the United Kingdom, Brazil, and Japan. Sony Pictures Digital supervised digital production and online entertainment advantages of Sony Pictures Entertainment, a digital website interactive creator for SPE, consists of Sony Pictures ImageWorks, Sony Pictures Animation, Sony Pictures Mobile, Sony Pictures Digital Networks, etc. Also, Sony Pictures Digital designed several websites for Sony Pictures, Screen Gems Network, Soap City, Sony Pictures ImageWorks, GNS, and others for SPE. Rather than making the third parties do the work, Sony owns the facilities that can produce and promote its products. Other companies can also hire Sony to do the things that they cannot do, for example, hiring Sony Pictures ImageWorks to design special effects. Sony also owns non-media segments, such as electronic products including TVs, speakers, and cameras. Additionally, Sony's semiconductor sales ranked at a world top 15 in 2018. On top of that, Sony Life provides financial services in Japanese markets, which also brings considerable revenues to Sony. Overall, Sony has come a long way, starting from something small, then eventually turning into one of the most successful conglomerates of today. With all the IP and resources Sony owns, Sony is taking big advantages in the cyber era and will continue to thrive.